Hi friends, welcome to Tutorials, and in this video you are going to learn Angular PHP MySql register and login. So in this video, in the front end we are going to use Angular 12, and in the back end we are going to use PHP and MySql. So let's start this tutorial, and first we will start PHP MyAdmin and create database. So let's open localhost and then PHP MyAdmin. Let's check my XAMPP is started or not. See, oh, there is a mistake. So let's refresh it. Yeah, now it's working. So click on database and then we will create Angular crud. We will have 5 fields initially, so let's name it as login, then login register. So first one will be ID, then F name, L name, email, and then password. So it will be varchar to password 100 characters, email 100, last name also 100, first name also 100, an integer and auto increment, and primary key. Now let's save it. Okay, one more field I'm going to add, and that is after password mobile. Okay, then just keep it varchar because sometimes user enters like +1 +91 like that, so that is why. So varchar and then 50, not 50 actually, 10, 12, 13, 14 maximum. That's it. So now we have structure. You can see we have ID. So these are the fields we have created: ID, F name, L name, email, password, and mobile number. Okay, so for the time being I'm just going to insert first record here from PHPMyAdmin itself. Last name Rahman, then email this, password 1 2 3 4 5, mobile number whatever, just dummy number I'm putting here. Oh sorry, there was integer. Actually we need to change it to int varchar. Actually it should have been not integer. I made a mistake. So varchar, and this one also, last name also will be varchar rather than integer. So varchar, and email also varchar, and mobile number also. Oh, it was already varchar. Okay, so now finally it is varchar, integer. Now fine. Okay, now what we will do, let's create a folder inside PHPMyAdmin here saying htdocs. Let's go, and then let's create here a folder called PHP crud, Angular crud. Okay, inside this, oh not this one, mistakenly I just click on this. So PHP crud what is this? Angular crud. So this is our folder. First we will create connection, database connection here. So let's open this one and then Control N, that means new, and then here C drive XAMPP2 htdocs Angular crud db connect.php. So let's start writing code here, PHP, and then first we will write here this code for course origin. This line we have written here saying that this file can be accessed from third-party applications also, because what happens, Angular and React is normally on different server, and this API will be on different servers. So what happens, one server does not by default allow other servers to access the resources. So in that case, this API needs to be given access permission so that other servers can, other application from different servers can access this. So we are providing here star mark, that means we are providing here this star which is telling that this application, this API can be accessed from any server. Normally in real life what happens, here we provide the domain name saying that only this domain can access this API. So for the time being, for learning purpose, what we are doing, we are just providing here star, that means this can be accessed from anywhere, from any other server. And then we are allowing methods here, put for updating, get for fetching the record, post for posting the data, and deleting, so etc. And our content type is JSON application. That is why we have written this code here, so that there will be no problem of course origin. Now this is the code for database connection. Hostname localhost, username root, as you know by default the username is root for a localhost, and then password is blank, and our database name is Angular crud, which we have just created few minutes back. And here we are making database connection. Finally it will check if there is any error, then it will show the error, or else it's fine. So what we'll do, first let's check if there is error or successfully it is connected. Let's go to here and then localhost, and then Angular crud. No, I think the folder name is different. Localhost, then Angular crud. Yeah, this is the name, Angular crud. Yes, and then let's click on here. So if you are not getting any message, error message, that means this is now successful, it is successfully connected. For example, if just I'm putting here S, that means wrong database name, in that case it will show error. So now let's put it back. So now we are sure that there is no problem in database connection. Alright, now after this, let's create a file called for inserting the data, register. Okay, the file name will be register.php, and here in the first line what we will do, we will call, so here will be db connect.php, because we are doing database connection here, and then we will write this line of code. So why we are writing like this line of code? Because we will send the data from Angular, okay, and that will be sent in JSON format, but we need here, so we are scraping the data from file get contents, okay. We are scraping the whole data and storing here, and now we will check if post data is set post data, that means it exists and it is not empty. In that case, this code will run. Our first task will be to JSON decode. That means this data is in JSON format. This data is in JSON format. So now we are doing through this PHP function JSON decode. We are decoding this. That means we are converting the JSON data into array. So if you want to see, so that means this one is now converted to array, and this will contain whatever will be sent from Angular. Now we are fetching this data. First name, so trim, which if there is any space it will trim. In the request, first name, trim, last name, request, last name. So we are storing here. Now first name, last name after this, because this is array, and in this array everything is there, first name, last name, and email and password as well. And apart from that, we have email, password, as well as mobile number. So this is a MySql function, sorry, PHP function, where escape string, that means if there is any unnecessary character, junk character given in this, then it will filter in these two. And once again, we are taking here mobile number. So in this case, we have stored in variable first name, last name, email, password, and mobile number. And now here we will register. So let's go back here, and then let's write the code for inserting. So what we are doing here, insert into login register, where first name, last name, email, password, and mobile number. And then we are storing the values which have just taken from the array. Okay, now we will write code for inserting the data. So we'll write here, if the query is successful, in that case, here let's take data equal to array, and then here inside array we will write msg or message, whatever you want, message, then success, and then JSON encode echo JSON underscore encode. That means we are passing this as JSON format, because the data we require in Angular is in JSON format. That is why. So if everything is successful, in that case, or here, or it will show there is some problem, right? So just message failed. So either we will get success message or failed message. So that's it in this. Now let's open Postman, okay, and we will check if this API is working properly or not, so that we will be 100% sure that our API is working properly, and we will focus on Angular later. So here we will write localhost Angular crud and then register, and then click on body. Inside body, click on row and then JSON. So we need to pass here this is the format. You have to use curly braces, two curly braces, and then here we will write email password is already there, so let's write here f name, then Umar, here last name Rahman, and then first name, last name, email, password, and mobile number. We need one more thing here, 1 2 3 4 5. No, this is character, no? So we need to wrap it to inside double quote. So what's wrong? Why there is error? First name, last name, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. I guess double quote, double quote, double quote, double quote. Duplicate object key. Okay, so first name, it should be last name actually, that is why it is giving error. Now it's fine. So f name, l name, email, password, and mobile number. Remember, if you go here, then you see you have to pass this exactly these. Okay, we are not passing this id because this is primary key, so we don't have to pass from here. Okay, so now let's send and see what happens. Okay, it is saying unexpected somewhere on line number 36 there is some error. Okay, so line number 36 here, because of this curly braces there will be ending, so that was not there, that is why we are getting error. Now let's once again click on this send button and then check. Okay, so as you can see it is showing message success. So if you are getting this success message, that means the data should have been inserted into database. So if you click here the browse, then simply you can check, yes, the same data has been inserted here. Later we will insert this data from Angular, but for testing purpose we have used this Postman. Okay, don't get confused. Now same way we will also check login. Okay, so in the login also we will just copy these two things, three things actually, because these things will be similar. So here list login.php. This time we will be taking two fields here, email and password. After sanitization we are taking here email and password. Same process is here, the user will input email and password, and that will be from Angular. The data will be sent a JSON format, so we are fetching that JSON and storing here, and finally we are converting the JSON into array, and from array we are extracting email and password. Now let's write query for checking if the user and password exist into our database or not. So we'll write here select start from login register, where email equals to this email and password equal to this password, and we will check here result, and then $nums equals to MySQL num rows, then here this is for checking if num is 1, that means it's successful, so we will write here if $nums greater than 0, then once again data and then array message success, and then JSON encode echo JSON encode, and then this data. Okay, and else there will be failure. Okay, so just write here failed, or we can show the message there is invalid login or password. Okay, so this message we will write in Angular, but this is enough for here. It will just return failed message. Okay, now once again we will check from this Postman. So login, if the login is working or not, login.php, and here this time we don't need all these things, just need this login and password, email and password. Okay, and everything will be same. So we are just writing here login and email and password, and just send and check what happens. It is showing nothing. So there is something wrong, I believe. Let's check here. Login, all looks fine. So let's try again. Now click on send. Okay, JSON code expected mode parameter to be array. So it's line number 20. What's wrong with this line number 20? Okay, this is good data. So what's wrong with this line number 20? That means here data array data JSON decode. No, sorry, here it will be encode. Actually we are encoding, sending an encode. Okay, and here also JSON decode is for converting from JSON to array, but this time we are converting the array to JSON. That is why we need JSON encode. Okay, now let's check here. You can see it is successful, so it's working fine. If I just put something else, say 6, one more character I'm putting, that means wrong user and password. In that case, what will return? As you can see, failed. That means it is not working. That means it is working perfectly, saying that if we put wrong, if we put a correct user password, then it is returning success, or else it is returning false. So guys, our database creation, table creation, and then login, register, and database connection, everything is working perfectly. So in the next video we will see and we will work on Angular part. So our PHP and REST API part is complete. So stay connected, and let's see in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.